All right, we've got a photograph here, and I'm going to walk you through some just editing. Then I'm going to do this image in Lightroom to improve it. So some of the things that we've got going on. Overall, the photograph is great. I've got awesome expression. Love the lighting. We've got a light back here hitting the background. I've got light full frontal in the face. It's big, deep umbrella right here, lighting up the face really well. And then we've got a little hair light here to provide just a little accent and to separate our subject from the background. We don't have any spill back here in the back. This light was aimed onto the white wall, just camera right, so kind of over in here. And so is also providing a really nice fill onto this side of the face here. So the hair light and the main were working together there to provide a cool thing. The backlight was gridded so that it was very controlled. So what do we need to do? Well, we got to get rid of this right here. Subject looks pretty good. There's a zip. We might be able to get rid of the zipper pull. That's really easy to do in Photoshop. Maybe a little bit trickier in Lightroom, but it's doable. I want to crop out this here, which I knew I was going to do when I shot it. And then we're going to just clean up a couple things on the face here just a little bit, highlight, and this kind of stuff right in here. And so we'll pretty much be using our cloning tool and cropping tool. Exposure looks good here. I mean, I like what I see. I'm going to add a vignette to it in the end, and we might need to mask a little bit, but overall, straight out of camera, this is looking pretty good, and I'm not going to mess with this because I like the tonality that I have going on here in the face and the background. All of that looks good, so there's nothing I need to mess with there. So let's first take this out, and then we'll work on the zipper, and then we'll work on a little bit of stuff there on the face. So using my spot removal tool, and I'm going to increase my brush size just a little bit so I can use the toggle on my mouse or the keyboard, increase that brush size. I've got it pretty soft, and I'm just going to mask this in like that. It pulls a spot for us. Let's look at that. Kind of drag this thing around until I like what I see. And we can choose between clone and heal. So that is, I think, heal. There we go. So that looks pretty good right there. And that's a good starting point. And now let's add another one. I'm going to make my brush a little smaller. I'm going to go right in here. Sample over in there. And let's see if we can add just a little more. Kind of line those lines up just a little bit. There we go. All right, so now we've eliminated that. I still have a little whiteness up here, and my tonality is a little off, but what I think I'm going to do is just burn this down so it gets a little bit darker in here, and this stuff will disappear. So I'm going to use my adjustment brush, and I'm going to go under Effect here. I'm going to choose to burn, which is just simply an exposure setting of -0.3. I've got my brush. I'm going to make it big, soft, and just paint right on in here. And of course I can go in and edit this some more. So I want to take the shadow part down a little bit, or take the exposure down just a little more. I can play with all of that right there. And I do have a little highlight up here, but I'm gonna crop that out and not worry about it. All right, next off, let's deal with the zipper. I'm going to zoom into 1:1 here, and Q for our spot removal tool. I'm going to make my brush really small and hard this time. And let's clone that one instead of heal it. It's a little hard right there. Hold on 1 second. And it looks pretty good. All right, from this distance, zoom back out, we can't even see that that's a hard edge right there. And then let's just go in here, do a couple things around the face real fast. I'm gonna feather again, make my brush a little larger, set to heal, take that out. Now this is where you can change your opacity down, make it a little softer. And we want to knock this highlight down just a little bit. And the key with this is that it doesn't need to be anything really dramatic. It just needs to be a little subtle. Subtle stuff is what we're after. All right, and then finally let's crop. We could do more with the hair if we wanted to, but I'll keep it short here. You guys get the idea. And I'm gonna crop right in like this and crop up just a hair. Now remember my aspect ratio, for this assignment, this isn't too critical, but this leaves the person able to put copy and text over on this side. You know, if we wanted to take out that Carhartt's logo, we could. I'm just gonna leave it in just because I like the balance of where the face is there, the eyes. But we could take that out if we needed to. So there you go. That's just a few really easy steps there to go from that to this. And notice that I did the cropping at the end. Oh, last thing we should do, let's add a little clarity and a little bit of vibrance. Keep that up. It's good for the skin tone. And we'll add a little vignette. There we go. And if we wanted to brighten this back up here, come back in, and instead of dodge, I'm going to lighten. And there we go. All right, so in this video, we went from here to there. All right, thanks for watching.